So today I'll be going over the EyeDentify prototype platform. In order to demonstrate the prototype platform to you, I've enabled a mouse highlight so you can follow my cursor around the screen here. And I've also set up two different blogs. Each blog represents, or is supposed to represent, an independent website. So this first blog is eyetestingdemo.blogspot.ca. And the second blog is eydentifyit.blogspot.ca. Both blogs right now are both running a preloaded JavaScript for our platform. So the only difference between the two blogs is this blog right here is untagged at the moment and does not contain any annotations. So if I mouse over any of these images, nothing happens. And the second blog over here actually is tagged. So when I mouse over images, things happen. With the exception of this first image up the top. So the reason that this first image, and you'll notice it's shared between the two websites, is untagged and on both blogs, is to demonstrate hashing later and image recognition capabilities. But for now, just to introduce you to the system, I'm going to start with the first image here that actually has some tags and annotations on it. So if I mouse over this guy's jacket, the first thing you'll notice is that it actually tells me what the name of the jacket is, 2-button hacking jacket. So if I mouse over on the left, 2-button hacking jacket. If I mouse over on the right, 2-button hacking jacket. And that's kind of interesting because the jacket is actually broken up, as you can see here, by the gentleman and his shirt in the middle. So it appears as if the jacket is two halves, the left half and the right half. But our system actually recognizes that both halves are indeed part of the same object, and they are. They are part of one jacket, and the system knows that both halves are indeed part of the same object, in this case a jacket. And you can see the bounding contour, which is maybe the next thing that you notice, that actually outlines both halves of the jacket. So it outlines the left and it outlines the right, and you can see this thin little 3-pixel straight line that connects the two halves here. So the bounding contour is turned on just for demonstrative purposes here for this video to illustrate how the system is working on the back end, and that it actually recognizes both halves. And this this line that connects the two halves is turned on as well, also to demonstrate that the system does indeed recognize both halves as being part of the same object. So this can be turned off and made invisible, or just the 3-pixel connecting line can be turned off and made invisible, which again is just turned on to demonstrate. The other thing that I can do with this is I can actually click on the jacket, and it'll open up a new tab here, and it'll actually take me to the Kenneth Cole website where I can see the 2-button hacking jacket, and I could purchase it if I wanted to, and that's kind of neat. Future versions, including the version that we release next week, will actually have an iframe window that pops up here in tabs. So it'll actually keep everything in the same window and within the same tab. So the reason we are opting for an iframe window instead of a new tab is to reduce the cognitive load on users. So just to make everything look and feel a lot smaller and easier. So you can actually browse and shop within the image as opposed to being brought somewhere else and being distracted by another website. And again, if I go down to this next image here, we can see that the image is tagged up. So all of these dresses, in this case, sea green Gucci resort dress, and some of these faces as well, Katy Perry, Rihanna, Beyonce, Michael Kors slit dress, Versace black pantsuit. And I could click on any of these, for example. So if I clicked on Katy Perry, a new tab, pop up and show me a Google image result search for Katy Perry. If I clicked on this Versace pantsuit, I can find a Versace pantsuit that I could purchase, which is kind of interesting. So if I go over to my untagged website, so in this case, this website has not yet been tagged by the webmaster, and they have not utilized our platform except for installing the JavaScript. So if I was the webmaster now and I wanted to tag up some of these images to make them smarter, the way that I would do that is I would hold down the Shift and the L key. So that is our hotkey login. The reason we have a hotkey login is because it's invisible. It doesn't take up space for end users. It's not visually distracting on the website. It's completely hidden. So the idea is that the webmaster would hit the hotkey login and then actually do all of the tagging on their own website. So they would actually never visit our website except for the first time where they actually got our JavaScript code to copy and paste onto their website. After that, everything could be done remotely on their own website. But right now, we don't have on-site tagging capabilities, so that should be released fairly shortly, probably within the week. But if you do hit the Shift and the L key, you hold those down, it'll take you right to our dashboard login. If I log in right now in our dashboard, it'll actually pull up a full representation of all of the images on our website. So check our website. All of these images have been scraped and pulled, and they're now on our dashboard where we can tag them. But before I get to the tagging, I actually want to show you our JavaScript code. So if I hit this little button here on the side, Manage Account, you can actually see our JavaScript. So this is the actual JavaScript that the webmaster needs to copy and paste into their website in order to utilize our platform. So again, both of the websites are currently running this JavaScript for this demonstration example. If I go back to my dashboard here, I can see all of the images are populated, and I can begin tagging. So in order to tag an image, I'm just going to hit this button right here that says Add Tag, and then I'm going to click on Front. So Front is going to let me draw this little red line on the object that I'd like to tag. In this case, I want to tag the blue Anchor t-shirt there. And then I'm going to hit this button that says Background, and I'm just going to draw a squiggly line through the background. You don't have to pick out anything in particular, just to give it a small sampling of things you don't want. And then we can hit this button that says Identify. So once I hit Identify, we're going to get this little pop-up that says Object Image, and it's going to give us a little website. So I can cut this website, and I'm going to paste this in a new tab because I actually want to show you what's going on here. So this is just turned on for demonstrative purposes right now to show you how the system works. So the system works by actually storing this complete object in a database, and there's a couple of unique reasons for that. One, storing the information in this way actually allows us to build up an object library. That object library can be used for machine learning. So over time, we're going to build up category prototypes for things like shirts, for example. So many different vantage points and shapes, sizes, and contours for what shirts look like. Over time, that'll make our system smarter and much more predictive. So what that means for webmasters or users is they'll have to put much less effort into actually tagging things. Right now, you'll notice I didn't actually put too much effort in. I drawn a small red line and a squiggly black line, and that was it. And the system was able to actually pick out the shirt which I wanted. We think in the future we can get that down to one click. The other thing that our object library is really useful for is something that we call object search. So right now, if I wanted to search for blue Anchor shirts, the only way I could find them using something like Google Image Search is if the webmaster uploaded a photo to their website that was called blueanchorshirt.jpg or had the alt text anchor shirt or blue anchor shirt, or the image of the blue anchor shirt was surrounded by text on the website that described or talked about a blue anchor shirt. Obviously, that's not every instance of where a blue shirt or a blue anchor shirt might appear in photographs. So with our object search capabilities, we'll actually be able to search entire photographs, regardless of what they're called, or regardless of what alt text is used, or regardless of what text surrounds them, and actually find all instances where there happens to be a blue t-shirt or a blue anchor t-shirt or whatever, maybe even pants or people. Um, So that's really, really interesting. I'm just going to close this window. So again, that pop-up only came up just to demonstrate how we're saving this information and what we're doing with it. Actual users would never actually see that, how we're saving that. So now just bringing us back here to finish my tagging, I can hit save, and I can actually enter a title or a description. So I am going to call this blue anchor shirt, and I'm going to paste the link for it. And we'll just say tshirt.com. And now my tag has been saved. Okay. So I can hit done adding tag, and we can see if I mouse over the shirt, it is indeed called blue anchor shirt, which is good. So now if I go back to my website and I refresh my website here, I can actually see that the tag has loaded and it is indeed called blue anchor shirt. So that's live now, and anybody who comes to the website from here on forward would now see that this is an interactive object, blue anchor shirt, with the appropriate text for it. And they could click on that and it would take them to tshirt.com. So now if I go to Webmaster 2's website. So Webmaster 2 did not tag blue shirt, but he happens to be running the JavaScript, and he happens to be using the same photo. So in this case, he is also going to receive the tag for blue shirts. If I refresh this website, this user is also receiving blue anchor shirt. So for Webmaster 2, the tag is fully automated. So our system actually recognized the image as existing in our database and having tag information and annotation information for this image. So it pulls that information out of our database and automatically gives it to the second user downstream. Now, if the second user was in a situation where he wanted to turn that tag off or he didn't want it, period, he could actually log in and turn off his local copy. So all users receive a local copy of a master tag when an image is recognized, and that's really just to promote full automation of tagging. So everyone downstream really doesn't have to do any work, but if they wanted to turn it off, they of course could. So we always give local webmasters control over their local website, but we do want everything to feel as automatic as possible. Future versions obviously will be much more automated and much more predictive as we build up the machine learning capabilities using our object library. Now, if I go back to Webmaster 1 and I replay the role of Webmaster 1 here, I'm just going to go into my dashboard and I can click Edit just to go over the last functionality feature. We can actually see the tag here. So once I click that edit, I can see that blue anchor t-shirt is here. If I mouse over blue anchor t-shirt, it shows me by highlighting the actual shirt and tag in the image. So if I wanted to delete that, I could obviously remove that, and then tag is removed. If I go to my website again and refresh the site, indeed the tag is removed, so no longer exists. Now, this is kind of interesting. Our system right now actually uses an API for segmentation and an API for identification. So we could actually have other companies use our API technology to access our segmentation and identification capabilities, and they could build their own platforms and find their own uses for this kind of technology. For instance, a security company um, with video security might be able to use our object library and our segmentation and identification API and develop some sort of system that recognizes weapons in real time. So if there's a person coming in, they wouldn't who was carrying a weapon, they wouldn't need a security guard to physically monitor the feed and recognize that that's a weapon. They could pair it up to automatically alert the authorities or something of that nature, and all kinds of other interesting uses. The other thing that we'll be doing is some interesting work with analytics. So maybe we'll find that when blue T-shirts happen to be paired up with blue shorts, they sell much better. Or maybe with white shorts they sell better, or maybe they sell worse. So that kind of broad scoping uh, market information is not readily known today, um, but we'd be able to test things like that over a wide sweep. Obviously, the object library has machine learning capabilities and search capabilities that we hope to explore and open up very soon. We'll be doing the very same thing with video here pretty soon, which includes a video tracking API. But I think for now that overview is most of the basic features. I'm going to be including a link to both of these websites, as well as some login information to let you play around with the platform. I'm also going to attach an applications deck, just so you can explore some of the features on your own and see what some of the secondary uses for the technology that we've come up with are. But obviously, one of our main interests with this is for e-commerce capabilities. Again, being able to just convert users in real time based on impulse. We think that has a lot of potential, especially. But I'm going to log off right here. I think that's enough.